my channel. If you're new here, my name is Samantha. I am a home daycare provider and a mama to 5. On my channel, you're gonna find lots of videos about daycare because that's my life, as well as some mommy videos, maybe some cook with me, clean with me, those sort of things. If that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to my channel. If you have a video request, something that you wanna see, please leave it in the comments below and I will try to get to it as quickly as possible. So today we're gonna talk about curriculum prep. I've gotten this request a ton. People want to know, how do you plan your activities? What do you do with these kids all day? So I wanted to share that with you guys, and I've had a hard time kind of focusing my thoughts and getting it all into one video. I've actually had to like erase trying to film this video. So I just decided, stop trying to make it perfect. I'm just gonna talk to you guys. I was trying to do a B-roll and doing all sorts of different things. I decided I'm just gonna talk to you and just tell you exactly how I do it. So I wanna give you a little bit of history. Prior to opening this home daycare, I was a 3s teacher. And prior to that, I worked in a center for children with special needs for a few years. So in my first job in that center for children with special needs, I was taught very much that children learn best through play. Children learn best when they have fun. And then when I moved into the 3s job, it was very much the same thing, except for we were to do curriculum and we had to have a lesson plan, planned activities every single day. So basically how it worked was we had 2 teachers per classroom and we were each supposed to specialize in something. So my co-teacher was the literacy teacher and I was the math and science teacher for that class. So we had to plan activities based off of that. We had to have, a morning circle time routine. We had to have literacy, math and science, centers, what they were going to do for centers, as well as arts and those sort of things. So that's what we did. And in the afternoon, we also had an enrichment time where we had another teacher come in and she did enrichment, which was always the kids' favorite time of day, of course. So we were very education based. We did play with them a lot. They did, kids do learn best through play, but we also did a lot of education based activities. So whenever I came to do home daycare, I knew that I wanted to incorporate both of those things because I know that kids learn best through play, but I also really love teaching. I love doing pre-planned activities. I love to lesson plan. I love to material prep. That kind of stuff soothes my soul and I just love it. It makes me excited. It helps my day go a little bit quicker. And I feel like I have a purpose and like I'm really doing something rather than just watching kids all day. Even though we know that's not what we do. Sometimes when I don't have a plan and when I don't have an idea of what I'm going to be doing, that's how it feels. Like I'm just babysitting all day. So I just want to get right into this. I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. But first, I want to preface this by saying every week is not like this. Every month is not like this. There are some times when we do nothing. None of these activities. We do nothing educational. We just play. I just let them explore and play and have a grand old time. And then there are some weeks or some months that I'm on it and we are doing all of our lesson plans and we are doing all of our art and everything's great. It just depends. It depends on my group. It depends on the ages I have. It depends on how they're feeling. If they're all sick, then we're probably not going to do anything. If I'm sick, we're probably not going to do that much. It really just depends. So take what I am telling you today, not with a grain of salt. Take it and use it. But understand that I am not perfect. I am not the most organized human being on the planet. This does not always happen. I don't ever want to put that out there. In my last video where I had like my closet tour or my where I showed you like where I store paperwork and all those sort of things, everybody was like, you're so organized. I wish I was like you. And I'm like, no, you should see the rest of my house, you guys. Not that organized. But obviously on YouTube, we put our best foot forward and we want to show you the best. So, yeah, so let's just jump right into material prep. So I do very much a themed based learning. So every single week we have a theme on what, just different things. So let me show you before I lose my train of thought. So at the beginning of the year in January, I write out a curriculum map. So basically I have all the months listed here. I have all the weeks listed here. I have the year. I have my daycare name here. And then if you see these boxes, these are just like they didn't have a 5th week. But basically I go through and I write through each of my themes and the dates underneath. So if you get up close, you can kind of see I have the theme and then the date. So this is what I pull out whenever I go to lesson plan, because I need to know what the themes are for that month. And to answer any questions, I do lesson plan per month. There is one day a month that I will choose to lesson plan for the next month and prep all of my materials. And then I will grab my computer and I will open up my lesson plan template. This is my template, kind of what guideline I follow whenever I go to lesson plan. I also, you guys know, I use my Erin Condren teacher planner to write in and kind of follow through, but I do like to have this to hang up because we are to have an activity plan hung up or posted for parents to see. So that is what I have. I have 4 different components whenever I go to lesson plan. I have large group, small group, a read aloud, and art. Those are the only 4 that I plan. Those are the only 4 I worry about. Anything additional, I don't plan it. If it happens, it happens. If I think of it during the day, then I will do it. So for my large group time, I have circle time, which people have asked to see circle time. It's super hard because my kids are still young, and so they're kind of roaming. They don't all just sit still in a perfect circle. So I have to be careful with the camera because if I'm filming and a kid comes behind me, I mean, the footage is gone. I can't post them here on YouTube. So I'm trying, and I'm not genius enough to figure out how to blur them just yet. So I'll figure that out in the future, but I'm going to tell you what I do instead. So when we sit down for circle time, which does not happen every single day, let me just tell you that it doesn't happen. We sing our hello song. So we will do like, hello Johnny, hello whoever, hello Miss Sam, we're glad you're here today. And that's what we'll do. We'll go around the whole circle. That's what I used in my 3s class. It worked out great. So we'll go around the whole circle. Then I will give them like a minute to tell me anything interesting that happened over their weekend, over their night, whatever, because everybody always has a story about something they need to tell Miss Sam. So we will do that. And then we'll move into ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, calendar, weather, if we do that. I don't do a lot of calendar. I know that I should, but I don't enjoy calendar. The kids don't enjoy calendar. Like, we just don't do calendar a whole lot of times. We will do weather because they do enjoy that. And that's pretty much it for circle time. We don't do a whole lot. We do a couple songs, like some greeting songs, some get your wiggles out songs, those sort of things. But other than that, we really don't do a whole lot for circle time. Then I will also use that time to introduce our theme with a song. So I will do some sort of, like this week we're learning about camping, so I'll do some sort of camping song. And I usually get my songs and stuff from Teachers Pay Teachers, and that, I just print them out and put them in a folder, and then I have them readily available to me. I think I have them here. So like I have all of these little plastic poly folder, or all these plastic folders from Walmart. And I just stick my little, I purchased this from, I don't remember. 1, 2, 3 Learn Curriculum on TPT. I will link it down below, but I purchased this and I just hole punch it and I put it in this binder, and it basically has a bunch of songs in it that pertain to my theme. And then for small group, if you guys didn't know, my husband works with me, so we have the flexibility to split the group, which is what we do for that time during our day. So basically I do majority of the teaching. He is just kind of he manages, he helps me entertain them. So he will take half of them and I will take half of them, and I will focus on that group, and we will do some sort of educational activity. So that could either be a book, that could be some sort of math activity, some sort of science activity, some sort of literacy activity. It doesn't matter. So that is what we will do during that time. And then I have a read aloud One of the things I do every single week is I go to the local library and I grab a bunch of books that have to do with my theme. So I have those on hand. So I always have a read aloud. We normally do the read aloud right before lunch or during lunch. And that just has to do with our theme. I grab a few extras just in case I want to read some more throughout the day. And yeah, that's what the read aloud is. And then art. I plan an art activity for every day. 2 days out of the week, we just do process art where I'll just kind of lay out materials and let them get after it. 3 days out of the week, we do a little bit more of a planned art. I wouldn't necessarily call it product art, but I definitely have more pre-cut materials and kind of have a vision of how I want it to, or how it's supposed to look. But I do just kind of let them do it however they want. So those are the 4 components. Those are what I plan every single week. If you want to know where I get my resources, I get majority of the things that I do with my kids off of Teachers Pay Teachers. Let me just tell you guys, for the longest time, I was reinventing the wheel every single week. I was like, I would go and I would look on Pinterest and I would look for activities. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And you can purchase it on this website. But I was like, no, I don't want to purchase it. I just want to make it myself. And I would spend hours and hours and hours making materials like on PowerPoint, creating them myself, and then printing them out and then prepping them. Guys, don't reinvent the wheel. There are tons of people out there who have already created awesome products. Stop wasting your time reinventing the wheel. Make yourself a budget. I make myself a little budget every single month of what I can spend on Teachers Pay Teachers, and spend that and purchase yourself some materials. So that is where I get majority of my resources. I also get a lot of ideas off of Pinterest, as most of us do. And then some of them are just things that I've done in the past with previous classes, or just something that I think my kids would really enjoy. So that is kind of where I get all of my ideas. I also just keep it simple, you know. Sometimes I will purchase a pack of things that have to do with my theme off of Teachers Pay Teachers, and I don't use most of it because it's not gonna pertain to my kids, and that's okay. It'll pertain to my kids next year or the following year, but I just keep it simple. I only take out of those packets what my kids are gonna enjoy, what I think my kids are going to be able to do, and I keep it very simple. I am very flexible when it comes to lesson plans. If we don't get to any of it, we don't get to any of it. So I am just gonna kind of take you guys through what we're doing this week so you get a general idea of the activity. Sorry, my hair keeps getting in my face. So you guys kind of get a general idea of what I do each week. So before I do that, I want to tell you guys, I have a bunch of 3-year-olds, or no, I think I have 3 3-year-olds, and the rest are 2 and under. So I have to kind of keep things pretty simple and understand, like when I do my small groups, I will have my 3-year-olds come one time, and then I will have my 2-year-olds come. I don't do anything for below 2 years old as far as lesson planning goes. They just play, they get to participate in the read alouds, they get to do those sort of things. But as far as like sitting down and teaching them, I don't do a lot for them. They're still really little. They still have a lot of exploring to do, and I just let them do that. I do engage with them throughout the day. It's not like I just kind of toss them to the side because they're not, you know, doing curriculum. But I don't do a whole lot with that age as far as curriculum goes. So I want to just kind of give you an idea. So we're going to walk through my lesson plan. And I will try to do like a B-roll and show you like up close what my lesson plan looks like. But I am just going to kind of walk you through what, you know, the activities that we're doing. So you guys saw I have my songbook, and I will just have this with me during circle time, and we will sing some of these songs. So like, you know, they have like a going camping song and Did You Ever Go a Camping, which would be, you know, to the tune of Did You Ever See a Lassie, those sort of things. So we'll sing some songs, and then when it is time for a small group, I will show you some of the activities that we are going to be doing for small groups. So all of my curriculum gets put in these little poly folders. These are the Jot brand. They come in a 3-pack from the Dollar Tree for $1. And I love these guys. Now, they're not the best quality. They do tear apart. They're not always the best, but they're cheap and they're easy to replace if I need to replace them. So one of the activity examples is this. This is from Pocket of Preschool. I purchased a pack from them. And this is off of Teachers Pay Teachers. I will link all of the activities that I'm doing down below so you guys can go purchase them if you want. And this is just camping rhyme time. Now, like, my 2-year-olds are a little too young for rhyming, but my 3-year-olds they can do this. So basically it's these little puzzle pieces and they look like this, and yeah. So if you get up close, you can see that the 2 words rhyme. So basically we will cut these apart, or I will cut them apart, and we will try and match the rhyming words and see if we can connect the puzzle pieces. So I will do that as a small group. If I try to do that as a large group, it's gonna get crazy. So I will do that as a small group with them on one of the days. Another day we will do, let's see, sorry guys, I guess I didn't plan this video very well. Like this is a going on a bear hunt path game. This is again Pocket of Preschool. So this will be for math. I will grab a die or a dice, and we will roll it, and then we will count the dots, and we will be able to move our little guy across the bear hunt path game, and whoever wins will get to pick a little prize out of the treasure box. So that's another idea of what I do during small group time. I'm not doing a bunch of worksheets. I'm not like drilling them. We're not doing tests. We're not doing anything like that. It's still fun stuff, but it's more not necessarily one-on-one, but the small group really helps you see where certain kids are struggling or where you can assist them, and it really gives them more one-on-one time. It really does. Some of the other things we're going to be doing is how to make s'mores. So this just kind of gives them a guideline, and I'm going to give them the materials. I'm going to give them the crackers. I'm going to give them the marshmallows, the chocolate, those sort of things. And we are going to walk through it together. So this is teaching them how to follow directions. This is teaching them really how to make s'mores, which is a very important skill. No, I'm kidding. But we're going to just walk through this together. They are going to be counting. So they have to have 2 crackers, and you have to have 1 marshmallow, and you have to do it in a certain order. So we're sequencing, we're doing all sorts of things. This may seem super simple, but this is teaching them wonderful, wonderful skills. And this is from prekpages.com. Again, I will link them down below. Some of the large group activities is like this. I'll do during circle. This is your favorite forest animals, and we'll just make a big old graph of forest animals, and they will get to pick their favorite, which is really fun. And then for another small group activity are these, and I think I already have one pre-made somewhere, these little emergent readers. I got this in a little pack from Pre-K Pages, but they'll each get one of these. And then we will sit during small group and we will read this together. I will read it and I will have them highlight as I go along. So it's just teaching them, it's just helping them recognize words, and, it's a book. It's great. And then this will get sent home and I will have their parents read it with them as well. Sorry, my brain's not working very well today. And then with that, we will build that into art, which will come right after our small group, and they will get to decorate a little camp bookmark to go with their little emergent readers. So all of the kids will get this, even my 2-year-olds. And it's just something fun. The parents can kind of see what they're doing, and they're always excited to take these sort of things home. Another thing that I will do for fine motor and we will normally do fine motor either during art time or during small group, is I have these little strips that I'm going to laminate, and they will just use dry erase markers and learn how to trace. So this is just building those fine motor skills. These are definitely pre-writing skills. My kids are not quite ready to write yet. My 3-year-olds are all fresh 3s. They just turned 3, and none of them are ready for it just yet. So we're gonna work on that. Another activity I'm gonna be doing are these fish. We are gonna do pattern fish, so we're gonna learn all about patterns, and then we're gonna try and create our own pattern on our fish. So we'll do like dots and stripes and stars or whatever it may be. So this will be part of our art activity. So that is kind of, in general, the sort of activities that I do with them. I also try to build their learning into our gross motor time. So for instance, we have these little wildlife checklists. Now they're not gonna see a lot of this outside. So what I may do is I may print out pictures or put like stuffed animals outside, but basically they take these are kind of like nature walks sort of things, and they will check off whenever they see these animals outside. So like rabbits or squirrels or whatever, I know they're gonna see. And then the other animals that we don't have around here, I'll just put like pictures or something, and then they'll be excited to check those off. So that kind of builds it into their gross motor. We're learning throughout the day, and it's really fun for them. They think they're super cool. What I might also do is like just hole punch this, laminate it, and put it on a lanyard and let them use a dry erase marker. I don't know why kids think that they are the coolest people whenever they get to use a dry erase marker. Like they are, that's it. They're grown whenever they get to use a dry erase marker. So those are some of the activities that I'm gonna be doing this week with my kids. I may not get to all of it. I may get to all of it and then need more. And so I always have like extra coloring sheets. This is like a shape and trace coloring page. So I'll say, can you find all the triangles? Let's color all the triangles blue. And then during small group time, we'll color all the triangles blue. Sometimes in that lull of the day, like right before pickup, I'll pull out something like this that we can quickly do together, and it keeps them occupied and interested, and they're not worrying about which mommies and daddies are picking up. I do have a couple of criers who anytime the doorbell rings or anytime the gate opens, they want to go, which is normal. So I like to have extra activities preoccupying them. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I do with my kids. Like I said, 4 components: large group, small group, read alouds, and art. We read a lot of books, we do a lot of music, we do a lot of dancing, those sort of things, just to get them excited and hyped. If we watch TV, it's typically theme based. So this week we're learning about camping, so I will find some sort of camping video on YouTube, maybe some songs or something like that to keep them engaged. In the state of Texas, if we're using the television, it has to be a program that is based on our theme. And it just kind of is supposed to build off of what you're already learning. So yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to link all these resources down below for you guys. I'm going to link my lesson plan template down below. I'm going to link my yearly curriculum map down below. That'll go in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. It's already going to be filled out with the themes, but I'm also, if I can figure it out, I'm going to put an editable version in there, so you guys can edit it and change it to whatever your needs are. There's so many ideas out there. There's so many teachers out there that are already doing the work. Don't be afraid to spend a little bit of money. You don't have to spend a lot. There's also tons of free resources on Teachers Pay Teachers. So go on there, find some good resources, pick a couple packs for the month. Typically my budget is about $50 a month for all my materials. I try not to spend any more than that because I'm not trying to tap into what I earn, you know, and I already have a ton of materials left over from when I was a preschool teacher. So don't go crazy, but definitely don't, you know, your time is very valuable. So if somebody's already done the work and you can afford to buy a $7 packet, go ahead and do it and then use it for years to come. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys. I feel a little scatterbrained, so hopefully you learned something from this. If you did, let me know down below. Give me some tips. Tell me how you guys lesson plan, if you lesson plan, if you're play-based, if you're curriculum-based, if you do theme-based learning. Let me know what you guys do. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and be sure to check out those resources that are listed down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.